Welcome to the second Red Yeti Videocast. You can find these videos at www.drw.me.uk/Red Yeti with a capital R and a capital Y, or just Google Red Yeti and GR5 and that should find me. This follows on directly from the first one. The first one I was talking about what I'd be carrying if I was just going hut to hut. But since we're also camping in the Alps, and as well as taking photographs, which I like doing, I'm going to cover the extra kit we're carrying for the camping and the photography. So, starting with the pack again, this is what the pack really looks like. And the first one is what I wish it looked like. But obviously with the extra camping kit, it's a damn sight fatter. I tend to carry the extra kit that we use for camping because Lilian carries the spare, well, the extra food. It works out proportionate to body weight that way. So we covered the pack in the first one, and I do tend to tie up the cords like that because I hate them flapping around in my face in the wind. So same pack, but on the outside I've got a tripod for the camera, which I'll come to later, and also extra stuff for camping. This is a mat for the feet. Well, it's for about just below the hips down to the feet. It's much thinner than the mat I use for the torso, which I'll show you in a second, but it's just enough to keep the warmth. This is the, I think it's Gossamer gear, but again the links to all these things I mentioned will be on the actual blog entry that links to this video. I think it's Gossamer gear, but it's the thin light pad. Very, very light indeed. It's cut down, it's not the full thing. Lilian and I have split the two between us. That's held onto the pack by a piece of, looks like Velcro at first, but it's actually what's called Omni tape by Velcro, but I think Velcro have given it another name, no snag tape or something now. It's double-sided Velcro. Instead of having hook on one side and loop on the other, this is hook and loop in one piece. So you can turn it back on itself with a twist and it loops around, forms a nice little band which doesn't cut in too much to that, and that recovers fairly well. And then I just loop the compressions line through that to keep it onto the pack, because all you need is to go running happily down a alpine hillside and then look back and find half your pack's lying on the hillside behind you, or else don't look back and only find out later. The rest is in the pack. It's the camera, which I'll come to. Bits I've already covered, like the spare kit containing the fleece. Chargers, I'll come to again. First aid kit I've already covered. Toiletries already covered. And the tent. This is a Terra Nova laser competition, which I've already made a couple of blog entries about. It's rated as a 1+ man tent, which means one Yeti and one Lilian apparently. We fit in there quite well. I think if you were going to go out camping for the first time, wild camping, and you wanted to use one of these tents between two people, that might be quite ambitious. I think you need to have your tent craft quite down pat, where everything goes, how everything works, so that you can work in a very confined space. I mean, for us it's fine. And the fact that it only weighs just over a kilo all in, and it's a proper twin wall mountain tent, hard to argue. So that's the tent. The cooking stuff I'll open up in a second. And just to show you, two more things. There's the heat shield that goes around the cooking stuff, which I'll show you. Hot cozy roll. And probably unnecessary, but it's Aquamira, or as now has been renamed Aquaventure, which is very powerful chlorine-based water treatment. It'll kill everything, viruses, cryptosporidium, everything within about half an hour. Most of the time the water in the Alps is safe, but as you can hear from the cows behind us, there's livestock and sheep, cows around the place, so some of the water sources, if we're out on our own, we don't necessarily know if we can trust them, so I'd treat it. The rest of the bag is as per the first video, except for, if you look down inside here, inside the bag is a thicker pad. This is a cut down torso light pad, which goes from my neck down to just below my hips. I find them quite comfortable. Some people think they're a bit harder than the Thermarest, standard ProLite Thermarest. I find them okay, and for the fact that the total weight I think was something like 200 grams for the two pads. 200 grams for nearly a full-length sleeping pad is pretty good going. May have been less, I'm thinking. So yes, all the rest is as per the first video. So moving over, continuing the camping side of things.